And tonight, we're going to be talking about, since we had something that has never happened in the last almost 600 years. No, we're not talking about Rush Limbaugh changing his diet. I am on a roll with Rush Limbaugh tonight. He's on my hit parade tonight. I don't know why.
He's probably making the face that dogs do when they hear something high-pitched. He's like,
what are you talking about? Anyway.
Oh, Reggie.
What are you talking about, Reggie? Anyway.
That was a good impression, Connie.
It was. It really was. It was better than mine. Anyway.
I struggle with Scooby.
Yeah. That's not what he told me last night, Joe. Anyway. You can't tell that dog anything. You can't, anyway, no, I was kidding. Anyway, going back to what hasn't happened in 600 years, we have two popes. Two popes in one. It's it's two popes in one. It's the Ratzenberger or Ratzenberger, whatever his name is. It's actually Ratzenberger. Ratzenrücken, whatever his fuck his name is. Ratzenberger. He decided, okay, well, you know what? I'm not feeling so good. I'm gonna go over here and sit down for a little while to catch my breath. And so they get this other guy that now he's from Latin America, and he's the first pope that's ever had some kind of super surgery. I don't know, super surgery. It's more than elective surgery. He had a lung removed when he was very young, and because of some kind of infection there, and it's the first pope that's from Latin America as well, as I just kind of alluded to beforehand. And now he's out there. He's named himself Saint Francis I. There's a in the area I live in. Now, it's a little cultural thing. There's a lot of Asian people out here that call themselves Hmong. I'm not exactly sure exactly where they come from. It's Laos, somewhere like that. I don't know where exactly. That's my bad. Please don't kill me after this. But anyway, they have this tradition that if a child gets sick and it gets so sick that they think the child is gonna die, they change the name. And so, but if the child lives, gets to keep the new name. What does it got to do with the Pope? Because the Pope's name was actually something else, and now he is Saint Francis I. Because as soon as you get a new title, you get to choose your own new name. He didn't have to get sick to get the new name. He said, "Oh, I got a new job title. I'll get a new name." I would love to be able to do this. I mean, I'm no longer this name over here. When I was working with this company, I'm now this name, so I have a clean record.
It was so disappointing when they picked when he picked or whoever picked his new name. Mm-hmm. It didn't match up with that prophecy of the end of times.
Right. Yeah.
I was so hoping for the Pope to have that guy's name. I was like rubbing my rabbit's foot. I was like, come on, pick the end times name. Give him the end times name. Give me something to bitch about on the internet.
Right. Yeah. No, I was actually looking that up too, because after Ratzenberger, the Pope after the last Pope is going to be the last Pope, and then it's the end of the world. Yeah. Of course, we had a lot of people over in the 2013, a couple of them that prophesized that the world was going to end. Harold Camping, he died just a few weeks ago.
He just died.
Yeah, just died a few weeks ago, and he predicted the end of the world. Oops, I was wrong. Well, it's next week, at 5 o'clock.
It's over for him,
and it's over. Yeah, now it's over for him. The world's over for him. So, and the thing is with this Pope. No, that's all right. No, that's true.
It's true.
It's true. The thing is with this Pope. The thing is with this Pope. He doesn't have the same kind of controversy being, associated with the Nazis. And yes, I brought up the Nazis. I don't usually do that. But this case, it's actually true. He was actually associated with the Nazi Party back when he was Popeling, I guess. When he was just a little petty Pope, what are we going to do today? No,
Here comes the Pope-mobile, say, ah.
But the thing is, he had a lot of controversy. Not only that, but he was also taking these other priests that were, diddling children and hiding them. And he did that before he became the Pope. And
that was the last Pope, not the new Pope.
No, that's not the new Pope. That's the last Pope.
Yeah.
That was Pope. That was Pope Classic, not Pope Light. The new Pope.
Pope Benedict. Yeah.
That was Classic Pope. Anyway,
Pope 2.0.
Yeah, now we got Pope 2.0. Now with this Pope, he's apparently doing everything right. And the thing is, what's really funny is I find really hilarious about this whole new Pope is the fact that he goes, "Oh, well, the atheists, they get to go to heaven too." And then the people, the Vatican, not him, the Vatican says, "Oh, fuck, we can't let the atheists into heaven. No, that's not what he meant. He didn't mean any of that shit. Don't pay attention to the man in the white robe over here behind the curtain. We're the ones in charge. This guy, he's just a figurehead. Oh, did we say that aloud? Whoops."
We made you, we can destroy
right.
you.
And he said stuff about the gays as well, saying that it's okay to be gay. Oh, no, don't tell them that. We don't want people fucking the same sex. Oh, no. We don't. He is all over the map. And then he's, on top of that, there's one thing I'll give him credit for. The only thing I'm going to give him credit for. That the fact is, he goes out and he sneaks out. He puts on his Pope. He takes off his popely robe and he puts on a garment and goes out amongst the people. And, oh, I'm not really the Pope. I'm gonna go out. He's out there, dancing and swinging. And he's over to the gay bar, which the Vatican actually owns. It's a gay bar over there.
He actually, ladies' night.
Yeah,
is he like that?
Specials.
Yeah. He's starring in the new Clint Eastwood special over there. I have no idea. But he's out there. He's actually out there roaming around the streets. He's supposed to, he's going to be the Pope of the poor. The problem there is that he wants to keep these people poor. It's like, why instead of helping, give them money so they're not poor anymore, it's like, oh, well, we're going to bless you and say, fuck you, keep your money, we'll keep all your money, and I gotta go back to my gold palace now. So
exactly, one of his little Pope hats could probably feed a village.
Oh, at least it would at least put me in a better house anyway. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, in my show notes, I don't know why it says this, but it says 2 popes, 1 cup. I might have taken that note down. I don't know when I wrote that. Anyway, but yeah, this is certainly a historic event. As you mentioned, it's the first time a pope has resigned in almost 600 years. This is the new pope, and the old pope, he still lives there. He still wears the papal frocks. So there's 2 popes now. So I'm thinking, what they need to do is they need to set up like a ping pong match, and they need to get a live webcam on that, because I would totally watch that shit. That would be awesome. But the other day we were talking about this. Oh, what?
I was saying, I bought that for $1.
What's that?
Remember that? I buy that for $1.
Oh, I'll buy that for $1.
For $1? RoboCop.
Yes.
If you mention anything
I'm
RoboCop
old.
on Twitter.
I just told my age.
Yeah.
With the RoboCop quote.
No, it's okay. Actually, I do want to make I want to make a point of fact. Actually, it's not a gay bar, but it's a gay bathhouse. They actually own.
Wait, you weren't making that up?
No, I'm not making that up. That's an actual fact.
They're secretly baptizing them.
Yeah, they're baptizing them. No, but that's actually true.
How does the Vatican own a gay bathhouse?
It's true. They actually own that. They own a lot of land out there, and one of them is a gay bathhouse.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Yeah, look it up, man. It's on Google. There's a.
I'll get right on it.
Yeah.
That's actually true. No, that's actually true.
I want to see what a Catholic bathhouse looks like. I want to go.
Well, it's a gay. It's for gay men. So if they let you in,
if you're really good, you can't sink because you just keep walking on water.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would go. I mean, does Bette Midler perform on Wednesdays and Fridays?
I don't know. Maybe
that would be awesome. Hello, boys.
Takes off the wig and it's the Pope.
Right.
It's the Pope.
Joe, do you have any last thoughts on that?
Real quick, we were talking about this, the two popes with Dave You're Damned the other day.
Yep.
And he told me about how Pope Francis is a suspect or somehow involved in a 1976 kidnapping of two priests.
Yes, I was just
down in South
that.
America. It was a story when he became the Pope, but then it suddenly got squashed, and now nobody talks about it anymore.
Right.
And so
What arrest? I had no idea what they're talking about.
I found an article on the HuffPo about it, and I'm not really familiar with the details on this, but yeah, I mean, evidently he is suspect or somehow involved in some kidnapping caper. So
yeah.
Woohoo! He's not just the Pope of the poor, he's the Pope of the get in the back and shut up.
That's right.
I like the fact that you use kidnapping caper.
Yeah.
That just makes it sound like we need to drag out the mystery machine or something. Let's go solve this mystery.
They pull the mask off the Pope, and it's the guy from the
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you damn kids.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, you know what's funny too, and I'm not trying to be superficial here, but when you look at I looked up the picture of that Pope of Saint Francis, right? Mm-hmm. And does he looks like the kind of guy, he'd be like the last face you see after they toss you in the back of a trunk with a shovel, doesn't he? I'm serious. He looks just like he would be grabbing some people, throwing them in a car. Yeah.
All he's missing is the plate of lasagna. Yes,
Exactly.
you killed my brother. I'm going to do the same to you.
There's a lot of missing people in Argentina, and nobody talks about it.
They made him priests.
I know, his buddies are named Vinny.
Actually, you know what it is? That ball that's under the robe, that's the missing people. They're, never mind. It's the head moving back and forth. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
Struck by lightning.
We'd affirm everybody's faith, wouldn't we? They said this awful thing about the Pope, and they were killed instantly.
Yeah.
It affirmed my faith.
Kind of your thoughts.
I'm just struck by it. They really are painting this guy to be, just really super nice, or maybe he really is. I don't know. I just there's too much pomp and circumstance in this in the Catholic Church. I was never Catholic, so that is interesting too. That Benedict stepped down. There was a lot of talk at the time that he was actually dodging a lot of bullets because of all the criticism of all of the pedophilia going on with the priests and the altar boys. And it's interesting that this Pope, he's trying to elude himself or align himself, I think, with St. Francis of Assisi, who, kind of has a more gentle and kind thing. I don't know.
What's funny is we were going to be talking about this, and a couple of weeks I've been listening to this other podcast, and I'm listening to the older stuff because I like to catch up on all their old stuff beforehand, and when they were talking about this, they were talking about the Pope, and one of the things they alluded to, I don't know if it's true or not, but they said that the old Pope was being targeted for blackmail by some gay prostitutes or some shit like that. I don't know if it's true. I'm just throwing it out there. So, if that were true, I don't know, was it or not? So.
Well, I think that it's not totally unfair to paint the papacy and all of the cardinals and the secrecy around the Catholic Church. I don't know. It does seem kind of mafia-like to me on the outside, anyway.
Yeah.
They
I'm
worship
glad I'm not
this
the only
guy.
one who sees that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I missed what you said, sister.
I was just saying, I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like Italian mafioso thing happening there.
yeah.
You
I
killed
don't
my
know.
brother. No.
They own so much. They own so much, and there's so. I mean, for example, this is off subject, but Sister Teresa. Everybody thinks, oh, what a wonderful person, and actually, it was very awful. She kept the people. She just gave them enough care to keep them comfortable as they died. Yeah. That's really what she did in India, and that's just unconscionable.
Yeah,
and yet we have this. Yeah, so this mythos of her.
Yeah,
so.
I was also going to come out and they said that she was also questioning her faith too, and they said, "Oh shit, we can't have her questioning her faith," And then the thing is, she was also we were talking about this at our annual meeting, our weekly meeting rather, that the fact is that she wouldn't have any hospitals built with an elevator. How'd they expect those people with broken legs to get up to the top of the stairs? Oh, well, they can just drag themselves up, And then she would reuse needles, she would like, oh, this person had AIDS. Fuck it, the next guy, he's dying anyway. We'll just use the same needle over again, because it saves us money for the church, and they figure they're gonna fucking die anyway. What the fuck is the problem? They live in squander. She had nice place to sleep, actually, somewhat of a nice place to sleep. And all these people were dying in these squalid ass hospitals with barely anything, barely a bed to sleep in.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Connie, go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really all I have to say about it. I'm not enamored with a lot of things about the church and a lot of things that are wrong with the church besides things like TBN or CBN or, Hovind. I think the Catholic Church exemplifies the greed and avarice that the church should be eschewing if they really believed what Jesus, I guess, taught. Supposedly taught.
Supposedly taught.
Yes.
We've talked about this on the show. I don't think he actually existed. I just think it's a concept idea that they use to control the masses of the smaller people, the people who the sheeple. Oh, whatever you say, whatever you say.
Well, and the Catholic Church was the original incarnation of what we know as the modern church. To be honest, if you look at, I guess that's how I understand it.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Sister Atheist, your thoughts?
I was just thinking about what was just said in regards to Mother Teresa too, and Hitchens actually played devil's advocate. Literally, I forget what it's called in Latin, but it's basically translates into devil's advocate to fight against her being canonized as a saint. They
made her a saint right away. That was really weird.
Yeah, and
you're
I think after
right.
he did that, they did away with that particular thing, and they just straight canonized you. I guess if they just figure you're in there now. But another thing I thought was kind of funny, and correct me wrong if it's this pope or not this pope, but ever you say something in ex cathedra, it's supposed to be official. And when this particular pope said, "Hey, atheists can get to heaven," he did it in ex cathedra. But they said, "No, he's insane. No, they still go to hell."
You know what's even funnier? You know what's even funnier is that when they were picking out the popes, he was actually in the running. He came in second. But now all of a sudden, now you're infallible. You weren't infallible before, but no, you are. It's like, how did you go from not good enough to be pope while the pope was still alive, or while the pope was alive, or the past pope, whatever, when they were doing the process or whatever the fuck, however they do it, they said, you're not good enough to be the pope, but now that the other popes resigned, you're good enough to be the pope now. Where's the disconnect? Where's the disconnect?
And what's even funnier is it's like he's supposed to be the voice of God, but when he says stuff that they don't like, it's like he's the voice of God unless we disagree.
Yeah.
If we disagree, he's just off his meds.
Yeah.
And I don't get that. Either he's the voice of God or he isn't, and especially under eschatology. From what I understand, it's supposed to be spiritually official. It's like you don't question that. How do you unquestion God?
Yeah. I question him if God existed, I'd be questioning him every day. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? And then you're going, I'm God?
Well,
that's not the end. That's the same kind of answer you get from religionists. It's like, why did he do that? Well, because he's God and he can do that. No, it's not a fucking answer. That's not a fucking answer at all. Ugh.
Remember when Lot asked that question when he was going through his crap? There's a passage, and it's funny how when they tell you the story in Bible school, they don't really get to the meat of the story. But there's a part in Job where he is basically saying, "Why the hell going through all this stuff? I was a good guy, I didn't do anything."
Right.
And then God comes down and goes, "How dare you ask me? I created the oceans and the heavens before you even." You don't question me. I am God. And he was like, "Sorry, Master. Don't be me, Master. I'm sorry, Master."
I didn't use that terminology. But that's
seriously.
but essentially that That's essentially it. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's the kind of mentality that they're getting. It's like, because supposedly God said, well, who are you to question me? It's like, well, my name is, if it were me, I would say, okay, well, my name is Lot. I live at 27 Lot Lane, and I'm living on Lot, and I have 5 Lot daughters, and I have a Lot job, which is going to pick up Lot shit, and and this is who I am, and here's my ID, and it says Lot right on here. That's who I am. See, this is who I am, fucker. Answer the fucking question.
Exactly. And do you ever notice too how, like, when they talk about sheeple, here's what I find funny. The Bible says that being a sheep is actually a good thing. He said, my sheep know my voice. They come when I call them. You're supposed to want to be a sheep, a follower. You're not supposed to question.
The thing is, that's the problem is, if you don't ask the sheep what's going to happen, you know what happens. Do you know why shepherds actually keep sheep? Not because, they're so white and fluffy. We need to protect the white and fluffy. No, they take it to slaughter so it can be killed and eaten and destroyed. Not technically you can't destroy matter, but but that's the thing. That's what they're there for. They're there for to be eaten and discarded like yesterday's trash. That's what they're there for. We're going to use up everything
for consumption, be it their wool or their meat.
Right. You are whatever it is I need from you, and then that's all you are to me. You are a product to me. And that's what people don't understand is that when they call themselves sheep, then you are a product for somebody else. You might as well be a product for that. That's not a shepherd up there. That's a fucking wolf in a man's cloth.
Part of the reason sheep need a shepherd is they are the dumbest and most helpless animal that's out there. And that's what God's comparing. In the Bible, that's what's the comparison.
Right. The only thing dumber than them is turkeys because they look up and they drown when it rains. We're turkeys.
Oh, you're bringing up Rush Limbaugh again?
Yeah, we're bringing Rush Limbaugh again. Gobble, gobble, gobble. No, I'm sorry.
But what's sad? But when you have people who actually see the idea of not unquestioning faith as a virtue, right. I was on a creationist site, and I think an atheist made a very valid point, and then a person applauded one person who made this stupid ass comment, and he says, "See, that's what I love about you. No matter what the facts say, you're gonna keep your faith." And I'm like, that's a virtue? You're actually applauding that? That's sad.
That is sad. I don't know. There's sometimes they say people have hope. There's hope for those people, but it's like, I don't know. I think it, maybe there's hope for them. Maybe there is, but I don't know. It's just one of those things.